Welcome to science class in the year 2020 to 2021. I'm Mr. Pistel, and I'm very excited to be teaching you science this year. Now, the goal of this video is to introduce what you will be learning in science this year, to give an overview of the course. But before we talk about that, we all know that 2020 has been a year unlike any other in our lives. Although the year has been extremely difficult, it has also shown us how important it is to have a solid understanding of science. But besides being important, I also believe that science should be fun. And so I want to include as many fun activities as possible, whether you're starting in school or at home. But enough said about that. Let's go over what we'll be learning this year. So now I'm going to go over the course syllabus, which is basically a course overview for 7th grade. So make sure when you open up the syllabus, you see that it says 7th grade in green at the top. So we see science class 2020 to 2021. I'm your guide. And basically some students will be fully remote to start. And for those students, you'll have YouTube lectures on my YouTube channel, which you're on right now. You'll have live video instruction. Usually that will be for the activity that we do. So usually in the structure of a class, you'll watch a YouTube video, then we'll do an activity together live. We will be using, in part, the Amplify Science online system, which you know from Miss Mulligan. But I'll be doing some things that aren't on Amplify, just to spice things up, make them more fun. So you can expect some home science experiments. Hopefully you have a few simple materials at home. If not, we'll figure that out. And some of you will start with blended learning, which is a combination of online and in-person learning. So when you're in school, obviously you're coming in, so I want to make it as hands-on as possible. It might be an experiment, might be some engineering. So sometimes the assignment for remote learners and in-person learners, or blended learners, I should say, will be identical, but sometimes they won't, because let's say somebody comes in to do a certain experiment in school. If possible, sometimes I might have a slightly different experiment at home, teaching the same concept. Or if somebody is in school doing robotics in 7th grade, then somebody at home might have a different engineering assignment that teaches the same engineering skills. So it depends on the assignment, really. But regardless, you can be assured that everyone is taught the same next generation science standards, which are the new science standards. So 7th grade is a great year. We have a lot of highlights. In chemistry, we have something called the mystery mixture. We'll be digging for fossils that we make out of plaster. We make different types of rocks out of starburst as a model. Climate change, design your own climate change island. For robotics, fighting sumo robots, so that's pretty exciting. Animal robot. In geology, how to identify minerals. Some organ system stuff like digestive system in a bag. That's kind of icky. Dissection, that's new. That's only if I can trust you guys to be safe. And yeah, actually for 7th grade, especially when you come back, we're going to be doing Lego robotics, which is really great. So let's actually jump down to what we're studying this year. So our units, what is science really? It's not just memorizing facts. Bacteria and scale, so basically what's inside the human body and how big is it, and how big are bacteria. Metabolism in the human body, the human organ systems, how they work together. Chemistry stuff, so phase changes, chemistry, which is probably the most fun unit that people have. Geology. Rocks sound boring, but actually geology is really exciting. Lots of stuff in geology. And climate change, one of the most important issues of our time. So I'm excited about that. Let's go up to grading. So this is the important one. So grading is based off of total point percentage in Google Classroom. So you'll accumulate points, and your grade for each quarter will be based on the total percentage of points that you earn. Usually every day there will be a little assignment that's just up to 4 points, but sometimes if you have to work on something for several days, it's going to be worth obviously more than 4 points, like projects or longer assignments. And we will have some assessments. If it's a small assessment, it might be closer to 10 points. If it's a bigger quiz, it might be up to 30 points. Depends on how much material is covered. But roughly by the end of each quarter should be about 50% daily classwork, 25% projects, and 25% quizzes or final assessments. And again, not all students will be doing the exact same assignments, but hopefully by the end of the week, we're all on the same page and we learn the same type of science standards. And you may have noticed that unlike some of your other classes, there's no separate homework grade. That's on purpose. That was not a mistake. Most of the time, your only homework will be to finish what you didn't finish when you came into school. Or if you're remote learning, there's really no separation between homework and regular classwork. If it does free up extra time for you, use the extra time to explore nature, go outside, build things with your family, increase your STEM skills. And that's pretty much it. So you can email me at apistel@schools.nyc.gov. We will be starting Amplify Science pretty soon, so I'll give you your login for that. The main post will be through Google Classroom, which is where you found this, and I also have a YouTube channel. So Mr. Pistel Science, I started that last year. Do not forget to smash the like button and subscribe so you can see when my new videos come up. Thanks. Stay curious.